Okay, continuing with the mayor. Property tax went down,
Property tax went down to half a cent.
half a cent. That's a good thing.
Well, it's better than going up. It's not a whole lot, but I think it shows the public that we are headed in the right direction. I think that it shows the public that we have come to the conclusion and certainly acknowledge that property taxes have been going up considerably year after year after year after year, being caused by the assessed value of homes. We know that, but the bottom line is it's one taxpayer, it comes out of one pocket. It's time to stop pointing the fingers and blaming this group or that group. People don't want to hear that.
And the last municipal election, you got a mouthful. I remember you said you got the message loud and clear.
When I made the comments this time about this being political, and my response was, "You're damn right, it's political." The inference there, Charles, was back to the last election. In my estimation, the issue was taxes. The issue was taxation. The issue was the tax bill. It was nothing else. I mean, people appreciated the growth and all of that, but they still made it very clear that their personal issue was living and the cost of living, and that included the taxes that they're paying. Unfortunately, over 84% of all the money that we receive to run this city is by taxes. We don't have a lot of opportunities to generate revenue. So if hopefully other levels of government would recognize the municipality as a bona fide level of government and gave us an opportunity to think outside the box and to be a little more innovative in ways to bring money in, and I think we could do it. But right now, according to the Municipalities Act, our hands are pretty well tied. So it costs a lot of money to run a municipality, and that money, for the most part, or at least 84% of it, comes from taxes.
Can you just educate me on, like, okay, I don't own a home. How much, okay, like a place like Costco, okay? And you know that condo they just built across the river. What kind of property tax do you collect from Costco and that condo there? How the system works?
Well, it would be different than a residential tax or a home. It would be in another category, a business tax, and the apartment would be a different category as well.
How is it? Okay, how much, you know?
Well, I can't tell you the exact amount, but I can tell you this, that the taxes on a large property like that and the taxes that Costco would pay are substantial. And the growth and prosperity of a community depends on growing, and not only in houses and homes and people, but also businesses, institutions such as the community college and the university, the train station development on York Street. All of these things will increase the tax base, and all of these things will mean there's more money coming into the municipality. That's money that's not coming in from the residential sector or from the taxpayer, so it all helps.
Okay, so now since we talk about big businesses coming in, what about the wetlands? Do you have
the wetlands is a very difficult issue. Here's how I stand on wetlands and just about everything else, including peace, war, and you name it. I am not too far to the left or too far to the right on any issue. I think I like to position myself where I think the majority of people are. That's reasonable people. How do I feel about the environment? Well, I'll be announcing at my State of the City address that we have reached the highest level of municipalities in Canada. We just found that out. In terms of our environmental efforts here and what we do. The problem I have is, despite the fact that we do so much to reduce our greenhouse gas, to retrofit our buildings, to use LED lighting, to use water-based paint, to use alternate sources of fuel, to use different things, and believe me, I think we're doing a great job. Green shops, green matters. But you see, when we cut a tree down, all of a sudden the letter to the editor is, I thought you'd call yourself a green city. So, you know, there has to be, in anything, a balance. we consider ourselves a smart community. We've been 2 times on the top 7 intelligent cities list of the world. But
beside that old-fashioned light bulb, but that was okay.
Yeah. But that's a good point, because here's what happens. Anything happens in the community, no matter what we do, that will make a person think, well, that's a stupid thing to do. Then another letter goes to the editor, and they bring up that point, and they say, how could Fredericton call themselves a smart city? You know, here's the bottom line. When it comes to the environment, when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to anything else, we're not perfect. We are not perfect. But we do the best job that we can. We are a smart city. We are a green city. We plant more trees every year than come down. We have a tree commission. We have beautiful trails. We have beautiful flowers. So, you know, trees are removed for a number of reasons. And as far as the environment, I support the university in that portion of the woodlot for development purposes, because it enables them to bring in very badly needed revenue. But it still leaves a very, very large portion in perpetuity of that woodlot for people to use for their recreational purposes. So, you know, Charles, it's balance. If the Department of the Environment, as it stands in the last year or two, had their way, the entire province would be a wetland. There would be absolutely no construction. There's construction being held up right now in the province of New Brunswick. If I say something publicly, I have environmentalists coming back and saying, you know, you call yourself a green city. You know, I guess what I call myself is a reasonable man and a person who understands and appreciates balance. And balance means you give a little, you take a little, and you end up in the middle. So that's basically how I feel on that issue.
That's good. Okay.